Hello, this is Told. Welcome. Today we're looking at another Caverns of Ixalan spoilers deck, where we're going to build a deck around Ojer's Axonil Deepest Might. It's a 2 mana, 2 red for a 4/4 with trample, and its ability is whenever a red source you control will deal an amount of non-combat damage less than Ojer's power to an opponent, that source deals damage equal to Ojer's power instead. So we're looking at a lot of cards that just do like 1 damage or 2 damage to an opponent, since if he's on the board, he'll do 4 damage with a base power, and then we have some ways, Monstrous Rage to pump it. So hopefully we can Monstrous Rage and then have a big turn and do a bunch of little damage that turns into 7 damage each one. So if you have Ojer out on the board, you Monstrous Rage him, so now it's a 7/5, and you put out an Epicure. Now that's 7 damage to the opponent's face, and just a bunch of other cards, like the Wrath Perforator, where it deals 1 damage when it attacks, so you'll do 4 to 7 damage when it attacks. Scalding Viper, whenever they cast a spell, it'll do 4 damage to them instead of 1. The Thermal Alchemist, you just tap him for 1. So if he's on the board and you put out the Deepest Might, now you could tap him to do 4 damage to an opponent. Then if you cast, let's say, a Monstrous Rage, and then you could tap him again for 7. So pretty much finisher, Chandra. So we're going to test it out. There's also Urabrask, which pretty much would just end the game, I think. Because you cast a spell, he's going to do 1 non-combat damage, which is going to turn into 4. And then if you cast another instant or sorcery, now it's going to do another. He's going to do 4, plus if you play with fire, is going to do 4. He's going to do 4, and continued on. We got some devils in there, so if the devils die, they're going to turn into 4 damage devils instead of 1 damage devils. So this is a deck. Let's try to test it out and see what we can learn. Once again, this is before the set has come out, so we don't have the new card in there, but we just want to get an idea of how the deck would be created with the current cards, and then once the set comes out, we'll update it, and hopefully it will have a nice playable deck day 1 that actually competes in the new meta. So let's see what we can do. No creatures, kind of a bad start. I might be getting rid of one of these Monstrous Rages. We just got some ramp spells. Try to get some creatures. Got 2 of those. The life gain is real, and it's going to be tough. But we should be able to
Bend Realmbreaker to my will. guess more time.
Attack for 7. It's kind of risky to send him. So we could big score. Whoa. Yep. These are sorceries. Mm-hmm. You could have protection spell.
Stay back!
Next to damage. I probably should have just went to face actually, or to the planeswalker. That's fine. No enchantment removal.
Break free and fight! My stamina withers.
I think I big score. I think that's good. Next turn we'll be able to cast all instants and sorceries from the graveyards, including theirs, so we can prize fight as well. And then I think we could be able to transform Urabrask back again. Big score would be good, I think, if I can cast it. Yep. We're open. I could draw another land. Oop. that's good. And then, yeah. Looks good. So just imagine if each one of those 1 damages was 4 damage instead. Even with all their life gain. I think we go with this. We go with this. And we go with another one of these. We attack in with that. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. I don't know what they could do to do this. Because I'll light up the night next turn, I think. Oh, that's the thing.
Yep, I'm basically a professional at saving in his drive by now. Let's bring things up to a simmer.
And we'll pay 4. Finish him
No
off.
after party. I'm
Cool.
wiped out.
Yep. Looking good. We're still testing out our Tiny Burn deck. That's pre-Caverns of Ixalan, waiting on the Deepest Might God, where it does its power instead of doing the little damage. Probably should have mulliganed this, but do have enough for Irabrask. They're showing 5 color, probably mono red. So they're a little burn tech too.
Whoa, I've never crashed a wedding like this before. Woohoo! Watch me heat up the dance floor.
So they could have Monstrous Rage. That's not a creature. So it looks like she'll be surviving. Very important.
Can't douse these flames.
That's right, you can't douse these flames.
Aw, you're looking a little singed.
Looking good? Should be able to transform Irabrask. Get that mana.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
I'm gonna take action. Pay one? Don't even need to transform them. Alright, still testing out the Caverns of Ixalan spoilers deck for the pre-release before the actual new cards come out for the Deepest Might. And looking pretty good so far. A little bit more lands would be good. Decline this time, do it the right way. Alright. We'll get this in there. Decline. So we got 4 damage in hand. Alright. It's fine if he wants to race. Got the big score ready. We'll decline. Although, probably could have big scored there. Let's see what they do. Lifelink.
Have faith in my sword.
1 second.
This is our fight
Okay,
to win.
cool. Alright, the race is on. I think we go face. Could have put him down to 4, but I think they're going to go with a lifelinker.
Form up on me.
Just get rid of that. So maybe we should have went face. So now... maybe I should just put that out, but... once they get the lifelink, they still would have been at 4, they would have had another creature out, he would have been huge. Need a finisher.
1,000 years and they never learn not to mess with me. Oh,
That's good.
the experience will do you good.
You will shine bright, hero.
Yep. That'll be the end. That'll be all she wrote on this one.
Gather my
Too many planeswalkers, too much... I don't know if maybe I should have tried to kill
Taught
that.
them everything they know.
Maybe you should focus on lifelink. Yeah.
your wings.
Yeah. Still trying out our pre-Ixalan, Caverns of Ixalan, Ojer Axonil's Deepest Might deck, with our low damage curve, waiting on the new cards. I think so far this deck has been really good. Urbrask with the Deepest Might is going to be game ending. You know, I think I have the Vipers in there right now as a replacement for Ojer. So if that was Ojer, we'd be looking really good. So can't wait for the new set to come out. And then the Alchemist with him, you know, is going to do 4 damage when he taps. Enchantments is going to be a tough matchup. We do have removal for stuff, but they're going to get too big too fast. Maybe I should have went with the Viper, technically. Yeah, the Viper probably would have been better. That would have been 2 damage. Missing his land drop? Oh, he got it, land drop. I think we're going to go Viper this time. You might want to take that out. It's a good target, and that way we save Urbrask from that target. This also exiles enchantments. It's any permanent. So if we were able to flip, so he did save that. Yeah, the life gain. Like a double spell next turn. What? He just had 2 of them? Or he didn't target the fight, or what? I don't understand. Is he looking to race? Two scamps, you can't deal with both of them. I think 2 scamps looks good. Because I could block, and then I could do the 1 damage to his face, or to his creatures. Could clear the board with 1 block. The Viper's also a good card for the Deepest Might as well, because you can take 4 damage if you cast a spell. It's excellent. think I'm gonna get the full value. I know you can get that back from the graveyard, but I think he might be out of spells. I'm gonna do it. He could deal with my creature, he could still have one more removal spell. And there it is. He either top decked that or he didn't. Double spell into the...
This little candle's gonna set your world on fire. Let's bring things up to a simmer.
See if he attacks before he casts his spell.
Wow, not even a gift bag.
Wait, what? Another one, wow. He's got to run onto him sooner or later. Maybe not. He could have protection. Looks like he has protection. I think we'll big score on my turn. Need to refill my hand. Another herb brass is good. I mean, he could remove my guy, but, you know, what can you do? Definitely blocking that. Could have another protection spell, but that's not going to do anything if that's the only protection that he's running. So we need one more spell. This is Top Deck Wars. And there it is. I think we gotta do it. Just hope we find one more. Let me transform. And then I need a creature. I don't think I have any damage spells in there. Do have one play with fire. Oh, just top decked another one. Dang it. Wow. Alright, looking good, I think. I might open up with, depending on what color they are, might open up with a Viper. Is he blue or is he mono red? If he's mono red, that might be good. At least I get one damage in. Could use some more lands. I think I'll go with the second Viper, maybe. I guess we'll see. Probably attack first. I'm sure he has a removal spell. Does he have a counter spell is the question. So we'll find out. But it's definitely a stick. Let's see it. Yep, you're holding your counter spell and your removal spell. Okay. You're lucky I don't have a removal spell that I can cast, so if I would have played the land, Punished for not playing that land first. We'll get him next turn though. He could also have a counter spell in his hand, so that could be a Mystic. I don't know. I'm not assuming he has a lot of cheap things, so I'm not going to attack him anymore, I don't think. I could go one more. Yep. Just imagine when that's 4 damage that you're going to be taking. So this deck has been performing pretty well. It's doing pretty good in current standard, so just once it gets a little bit better, get a few more of the new cards to make it a little bit better, trim it down. Trying to figure out which cards to swap out is going to be hard. Yeah. And then burn down the house when you get 3 devils out. Yeah. Everything you got is there, huh? Probably taking the burn down the house, most likely. If I draw a land, I could double alchemist next turn. What's he afraid of? He could have removal. I would attack with the Viper, but I feel like it's going to cause him a lot of problems. And I could do it next turn. Because every spell that he casts, he's just going to lose a life. Yep. I mean, you have Vigilance, why would you not? Alright, so now we're top decking. Just depends on how much removal he has. Looks like he's got more removal. I think we'll try to take him out, huh? Seems like he's got all his creatures have really good toughness, so that's not, the only case. Thank you. That's gonna work. 7 mana, still a long ways away from that. But if I draw a land, he probably has a counter spell. If he taps out, do I big score? I sacrificed the burn down the house, but now we're just looking for spells. Yep. Did he use up all his removals? That's another fairy. Probably has the fairy spell. So probably Urbrass is just gonna die. A draw card. Everything's discard draw. A land would be good. We can cycle. We could put a counter on Talon. That would be the thing to do. That was a mistake. Unless Talon's not a... He is a fairy. Two, 3 damage. He's at 4 life, so possibly next turn. Uh-huh. Just top deck. He's getting close to 7 mana. And being able to cycle cards is really good. And now we really need something off the top. We don't have the blood token anymore. Oh, that's a big top deck. I'll get that extra damage in. That'll be 3 damage, 4 damage. He could have a counter spell. Yep. No. He draws the card before it resolves. Wow. It's gonna be a close game. Very close game. One more spell actually could do it. I have trample. One more damage spell. One more boost spell. Oh, if I have a 2, you're dead. Five, 6, 7, 8. I think I have to attack him. Yeah. Oh, that worked out real good. Oh, yeah, the block. Oh, man, he just top decked the card that he needed. Jeez, man. Well, he has to discard it. I'm one turn away, so just one top deck. Not gonna do it. Game man. Just a little bit extra damage. Maybe I needed to cast that. Yeah. That discard spell. Maybe I just needed to end the festivities and give him that 2 damage. That was the damage. Alright. So as a Caverns of Ixalan deck, it's performing pretty well, and I think it's going to get a big boost once we get the new card in, and we get the Deepest Might in there. Now our little damage spells, 2 damage, this 1 damage just turns into 4, that turns into 4 damage, the Scamp becomes a 4 damage to his face. It's definitely doing good. It could probably be trimmed down. Like the hero, never draw him. I always want to draw him. Because I just think it would be good if you can, copy this or copy that as a 4. Or copy some devils, be pretty good. But yeah, so that's the deck. It's pretty good. A lot of 1 damage spells. This guy attacks, does 1. That guy can sack to do 1, do 2. Light up the night for, end game finisher. Everything you cast with Urbrass is 1 damage. So yeah, we'll just be waiting on getting the new cards for once the set drops. And then we'll be updating this and see how it does. But this has been Told. Like and subscribe and have a good day.